morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Y'all already know it's your boy. Welcome to Carpool Rick. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday morning. Monday is already in the past, in the books. Yesterday was a rough day. It was like definitely a case of the Mondays yesterday. Very busy, very crazy. There was a lot going on yesterday. But I hope that everybody had at least a good start of the week. It was a bit rough, but got through it, pushed through, and now today's a new day, and getting ready to get the day started. But how's everybody feeling? How y'all doing today? Y'all good? Like, what's going on? Talk to me, people. So, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, watch my video in the morning and be like, what is this guy talking about? He's like talking the same stuff every day. Well, today, I want to pick everybody's brain, because I know that today's topic, a lot of people could definitely relate. You know what I'm saying? Because, everybody goes through traumas and they deal with, stuff that, basically, like, y'all deal with on a daily basis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people overcome certain things, but it takes a while. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so long story short, I've mentioned that I have an estranged relationship with both my parents. Not very proud of it, but it's something that I've kind of, for my own peace of mind, I know that parent and children relationships are not always the best. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. There's always going to be different dynamics in different households. And unfortunately, the dynamics with my parents is a little bit different, because like I've said before, my grandmother raised me. So, my father was around, but he wasn't really around. You know what I'm saying? And then because, I grew up with my grandmother, I would visit my mother on vacations and stuff like that. But, I just feel like over the years, like, the relationship between us kind of like got a little rocky as I got older and stuff. But anyway, fast forward. So Saturday, I get home from work and I got a phone call from my cousin, that my father had reached out to her through like social media or whatever, trying to get in contact with me. And so, my cousin, she knows like the situation and the dynamics between my father and I. So she basically told my dad, like, hey, deal, I respect that, you're trying to reach out or whatever, but, she didn't feel comfortable giving him my number, so she basically told him that she would relay the message to me. But it turns out that I guess my mother, has COVID, and I guess she's not doing too good, so she's like in the ICU in Tennessee. So I guess my aunt from my mother's side wanted to get in contact with me and my sister. My sister lives in California, with her husband and stuff like that. And, her and my mother as well have a bit of a wedge in their relationship. So, it's kind of like we both haven't really, like, had a relationship. Like, and mind you, my sister grew up with my mother, and just to clear things out, my mother was never a bad mother. It's just certain things, that as we got older, we started to notice, and we kind of like took it amongst ourselves to kind of like distance ourselves. And same thing with my father, you know what I mean? I would always keep in touch with my father, and then, it kind of like got to a point where I was like, you know what? This is not good for me or for my peace of mind. And, I took it upon myself to to just remove myself from the equation, just to not have to deal with certain things. But back to my mother's situation. So my aunt had left me her number, so I reached out to her and I spoke to her, and she kind of like broke things down to like what was going on. So she had given me the number to the hospital, so I basically was trying to get in contact with the hospital. I couldn't get through, but in the process of that, I had reached out to my sister and explained to her what was going on, that our aunt had called me and reached out to me and, kind of like explained the situation. So, she was able to get in contact with the hospital and get like updates and stuff like that. So for the most part, I think, she's like on the ventilator or whatever, but, her oxygen level, sorry, she's on a BiPAP machine. So whatever, they trying to like keep her oxygen levels up, pretty much trying to like stabilize her oxygen levels, with this machine. So pretty much, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty stable, the oxygen levels, but I guess they were trying to like take it off to like change the machine, and it would drop. So, we're kind of like seeing, how things progress, and, I kind of don't know, it's weird because I've, trying to like, I've processed everything, and, I don't wish my mother no ill will. Like, I really pray and hope that, that she does pull through and, that she can survive this and, just be able to kind of reflect and, hopefully make some adjustments or, have some type of epiphany, to make her a better person moving forward. I've kind of been like numb to the situation. Like, it's kind of like, when you grow up without a parent, it's like, how do you miss something that you never had? And not to say that me and my mother never had a relationship, because obviously, I love my mother. When I was, younger, like my mom was everything. But as I got older, just certain situations drew us apart. And, I've forgiven my mother, I've forgiven my father. I've expressed to them, that I've forgiven them, not so much for them, but more for myself. And I feel like, my mother, the last time that, I sent her the message, because I messaged my mom, I didn't like verbally speak with her or my father. But, I had sent them each on their own like message or whatever, and I guess my mother saw it and she read it. My father didn't get to see it, but I kind of like put it out there in the universe, and I had prayed on it before I had even decided to write to each of them. So, and God put it in my heart, kind of like what to say. And, I feel like she respected what I said to her. And so, it kind of like, I kind of felt like a huge weight was off my shoulder. And we reach a certain age, that we kind of like have to like grow as a person, right? And learn to forgive people for any, wrongdoings or, whatever. We can't harbor those feelings. It's very important that we let those feelings go wholeheartedly, because I feel like sometimes when you harbor those feelings and you say, no, I forgive that person, but so you feel some type of way like when you see that person or whatever, and when it comes to my parents, like, I don't feel no type of way. Like, I genuinely wish them the best and everything, and I hope that my mother does pull through. I would genuinely love to have a conversation with her, but there's just a lot of a lot of things that we would need to speak on. Sorry, a little parched. Just to kind of like clear the air that, I feel like it's been a conversation that's long overdue. And it happens like that. You gotta have these conversations, but it's more so like, how are they gonna react to like what you're saying? Sometimes the truth hurts, and it's a tough pill to swallow. With anybody, even with myself, like, sometimes I don't like to admit when I'm wrong, but it's kind of different when somebody calls you out on your stuff and you're like, yeah, damn, you're right. Like, I was wrong. And it sucks. You kind of feel kind of like stupid, but so, like at this very moment, all I can do is just, pray and, and have faith, that she will make it. She will get through it. I kind of have faith that she will. And then maybe, hopefully we can have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my birthday, she reached out to me, she wished me a happy birthday and whatnot. And, I said thank you, but after that, we didn't really say much. So, we kind of left it at that. And, it be like that, Sometimes we try, we make the effort, because, you love thy parents, what I'm saying? You gotta love your mother and father. And, I've tried, and I try to do that. And it got to a point where I was like, enough's enough. I gotta, like, worry about me. I have my own kids. I'm a parent now. So, like, the dynamics is not doing me no justice. So that's kind of like why we are where we are right now. And it happens. It's unfortunate, because like I said, you don't want to carry those, those bad feelings, or, feel some type of way. And, but sometimes for our own peace of mind, we have to, like, kind of like eliminate yourself from the equation. But, like I said, it's all about forgiveness and, sometimes being the bigger person. And, I know it's been hard for me to, like, have that conversation, and I would like to, be able to speak to the hospital and stuff like that. But my sister's been updating me, so that's why I haven't really called, because, she's been, on top of it, and I've been really busy, and not that I haven't thought about it, but, like I said, she's been keeping me updated. But, I know that a lot of people out there deal with estranged parents, and it's not fun. It's not cool, because your parents are your parents, and sometimes when you hear other people telling you that, you're like, whatever, man, like, I really don't care. But it's true, your parents are your parents. And, that's it sucks. It sucks that we would even have to, like, that I'm sitting here right now telling you guys that I have an estranged relationship with my parents. Thinking on it, I'm like, it sucks. You kind of wish that things were a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dynamics were different. But, it's like I said, I was always, trying and, putting in the effort to try to keep these relationships afloat. And, like I said, I got tired. And I kind of like threw in the towel. And I was like, hey, I can't do this no more. I'm sorry, I love you, but this is what it is. But, I'm pretty sure that, a lot of you guys, maybe not personally, or, I don't know. I don't know everybody's situation, but, it's stuff that it happens. And it's common, like, hey, like, after a certain amount of years, I haven't spoken to my mom or my dad or whatever, and it's like, what can I do? But this situation right now, has put me, like, in a in a gray area, like like, should I feel sad? Should I not feel sad? Like, like, what am I feeling right now? Like, I've kind of been all over the place, as far as like, receiving this news, and I don't like to feel that way because, at the end of the day, that's my mother, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is her life on the line, and I'm like, I want her to pull through. But it's just sucks, like, my wife said something to me this morning. I was like, I really don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that, because I don't know what to feel. Like, I'm kind of like on a neutral ground right now. And, I don't want to come off like insensitive or like I don't care, because I do care. Like I said, I hope that she pulls through and she makes it, but, it's tough. Like, it just sucks. But truthfully speaking, I'm gonna leave it in God's hands. I'm gonna put everything into prayer, and I know that he will make sure that she gets through it. And God forbid, if it's her time, then it's her time. We all have a timestamp, and that's something that's out of our control. Like, we don't have control, of when we're leaving this earth. We don't know. It's like I said, tomorrow's never guaranteed, because you don't know if you go into the grocery store, something could happen, or you go into your job, or you know what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. Like, that's something that's definitely out of our control. Only He knows when we're leaving. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I have to look at it. Like, just be hopeful that she does pull through, but prepare myself for the worst. But I'm gonna cut this short. I'm already like late because I've actually been sitting here recording this, and I can't waste any more time. But this has been very therapeutic. And as much as I come on here and try to be positive and encourage everybody, this is therapeutic for me, because sometimes I can just like get it off my chest, and just speak on certain things that I have a hard time speaking on it. But I feel like if I'm speaking it to somebody else, like giving them advice, and then it's easier for me to speak on certain things. So I want to thank y'all for being here and like listening to me, and being in the carpool with Rick, you know what I'm saying, being here with your boy. So you don't have to tell me your story or your business, but I would like to know that people can relate to what I'm speaking on. Sometimes when I speak on certain things, it's not always my experiences. It's something that I've seen, I've observed, and I've seen somebody else experience, and I'm like, oh wow, like, you kind of like, it sits in your brain, and you use it as information. Like, hey, like, other people go through that, right? So my stories and what I speak on is not always gonna be my experiences, but I wanted to like share that with you guys today, because I know that having estranged parents is real, and it's very unfortunate, and it sucks, but that's kind of like life. It happens. But just, we gotta forgive, learn to forgive, be at peace with yourself, let go of those harbored feelings, because that will catch up with you eventually. It will catch up to you, and you will be unhappy, and you will be miserable. Harboring those feelings is just like that. It's like poison. Like, it's inside you, and it's like tormenting you, and like slowly killing you. And that's not fun. Who wants to deal with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be happy, and you want to be at peace, and you want to like enjoy life and look at things in a different mindset. So I hope everybody has an amazing day. Stay positive, stay blessed. I love y'all. I thank you for everything, and I will holler at y'all. Y'all already know.